Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we have finally the first video for Ancient Gear. Sorry for the delay guys, but these were tough days. I couldn't actually work that much on the Ancient Gear, so this is the version that I think could be the most optimized one in terms of, different kind of weapons that you can use against the meta. I'm gonna showcasing the turn 1. I'm gonna explain to you what this deck is about, the different combos and the boards you can achieve, and of course we're gonna have some replays showcasing also different different matchups. A couple of against Exo Sisters as well, and of course keep in mind these duels were done before the ban list, so we're technically not yet in the updated meta. That will actually, the update will happen on the 7th of May, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But before jumping right in guys, just a quick reminder, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with of course the new skill Ancient Gear Engineering, and this is what we have. So we're playing, let's go through the deck list real quick. We're playing, actually let's start from the skill, right? So what this skill does, basically it gives you, it says that you cannot normal or special any monster except Hearth Machine monsters, excluding the special summons from the extra deck. And then you have a searcher, so you reveal one Ancient Gear Golem on one card that mentions it in your hands, and you shuffle one card from your hand into the deck to add a Ancient Gear monster, whatever it is, from your deck to your hands. And then you have a second effect instead that can be activated only if during your turn your opponent activated something from an end trap, a quick play spell, a monster effect, anything. Well, if it happens, you can activate one Ancient Gear Duel from your deck or your hand, and also you gain an additional normal summon, so that's super nice. So this makes this deck going second really good, and I think it's his strongest thing. While going first, we have some paths, right, to follow. So first thing first, let me start from the new cards. We got the Ancient Gear Golem, a searcher. It makes you, every time it's normal special, it makes you grab 2 cards, 2 Ancient Gear guards, included Gear Town, and then you have to discard 1 card. We have the Ancient Gear Commander, that is fundamental for your combo because this gives you an additional normal summon. Then we have another fundamental card, that is Ancient Gear Statue, that is the normal summon, the additional normal summon you want to use it for, so that you can use its effect, tribute it, and special summon in an Ancient Gear monster without ignoring actually its summoning condition, so without taking into account its summoning condition. So basically the statue can summon anything, can summon the golem, can summon the dark golem of course, so you can trigger the search. Then we have the dragon, another new addition that is actually not taken into account by a lot of deck lists that I saw, but I think it's very nice to play at 1 copy. Why? Because this thing is just one, it's a negation, it's a spell trap negation, and actually effect. So that means this can actually also negate the effect of a spell trap card already face up on the field. So if it is continuous, or if it is a field spell or a continuous trap card, you can negate that by sending 1 Ancient Gear Golem from your deck or 1 machine monster from your hand or face up or field to the grave. And wow, that's honestly that's lovely, and I love it. And then last but not least, the tanker. This is this guy, every time his normal specially makes you special summon a monster from your hand if your opponent controls no monsters. But if your opponent controls a monster, at least you can also special summon an Ancient Gear monster from the grave, ignoring its summoning condition. And that's the second effect is just a boost, but you don't really use it. This is wonderful because this works in combo with the Howitzer. When you're trying to protect yourself and you have Howitzer, Howitzer is unaffected, so it can only be destroyed by battle, except a possession made for some very little weird rules that eventually I'm going to explain to you. but that actually are already out on the Discord. Thanks to Jamie actually for bringing that out, but for actually solving that out. And but well, what happens is that your opponent has to pop Howitzer by battle. That triggers its effect of special summoning a monster from your deck. You're gonna go for Tanker that on summon will bring back the Howitzer, and if your opponent has so many monsters that he can attack again into Howitzer, keep in mind you can use the floating effect again. So you summon another monster from your deck with the Howitzer effect, and that's very nice. Then we have a couple of more new cards that are the Ancient Gear Advance, basically a searcher, plus a draw 1 by tributing a monster. And searcher that makes the catapult super consistent now, so now Advance becomes a 1-card catapult combo, so basically with Advance you can grab the catapult, and catapult can pop the Advance, so that you can summon a monster from an Ancient Gear monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning condition. Then we have the Ancient Gear Fusion, another new card, so this becomes this is now once per turn, by the way. I'm playing 2 not because it's not once per turn, but in long duels you might need more than one. And if you have an Ancient Gear Golem on your field and you use that as a fusion material, the rest of the materials can just be grabbed from the deck, and that's super nice, especially when you're going into stuff like Chaos Ancient Gear Giant, because it requires 4 Ancient Gear monsters, so being able to use the materials from the deck is very, very nice. 1 Fortress, because you're gonna search it if you need it, and we're not gonna rely on the effect of popping Fortress. We need Fortress just for protection from targeting, and so that our opponent cannot respond to Ancient Gear cards and effects. And then the last new card is Ancient Gear Duel. So this makes it, this can basically summon, in this case, just the ultimate Ancient Gear Golem by banishing from the field or graveyard the materials. But as long as you have an Ancient Gear Golem on your field, okay, including an Ancient Gear Golem you control, so you have to have an Ancient Gear Golem on the field, whether the original one or the Dark Golem that counts as Ancient Gear Golem are on the field, so that you summon the guy, he can attack, you summon this guy, he can attack 3 times, and also he makes Ancient Gear Golem and all the monsters that mentions it unaffected by activated monsters effect. So no anything that activates, so no continuous effect. So for example, if your opponent has Plasma, basically the effect is still negated, because the Plasma's negation, for example, is a continuous effect. So that's very nice. And these are the new cards. So let me start from this thing. So this is not gonna be the first video you see about Ancient Gear, so let me explain the different choices that I adopted. So first thing first, I'm playing triple of the cards I always want to see in my starting end, whether I go first or I go second. Those cards are Catapult and Gear Town. I know some people are upset. I mean, for the classic combo, you can go without, I mean, just with 1 Gear Town that you search and just with 1 Catapult that you search, okay? Because the classic combo is normal summon Commander. So you need Commander and Statue for the classic combo. You normal summon Commander, you use its effect of additional normal summon the statue, use its effect to special summon the Dark Golem. Keep in mind that when you use the effect of Commander to get the additional normal summon, you need to send an Ancient Gear Golem to grave, and that's fundamental, because once you special summon the Dark Golem with the effect of Statue, you're gonna trigger the second effect of Commander to summon the Golem, the original Golem, from the grave. So you're gonna have 8 plus 8, that is of course a rank 8. Plus Dark Golem giving you a couple of search plus a discard. Your search are gonna be the 1 Gear Town, the Gear Town, and the Catapult, and you need to discard the Catapult. Okay, then double level 8, and we go to the first couple of choice. The first choice, actually. I'm not playing Dingirsu that you see here, because Dingirsu really is needed probably only against birds. but they never came up. I don't think it's needed. I'm playing Xenophon as a shutting down effect, no summons from grave. This cuts down probably most decks. So, Salamangreat, it cuts down Archfiend, Red Dragon Archfiend, and even more. And the only deck that it does not stop is Exo Sisters. In fact, against Exo Sisters, you go with the Heliopolis, the Iraqi Dragon. Why is that? Because if they use the rank 8, you can't really do a thing because the rank 8 doesn't really target. But if they use the other rank 4, well, you can actually negate those effects because these can stop something that targets also cards in your grave. So that could be useful eventually. What else do we have? And this is the first choice. Then what happens is you use the effect of Catapult from Grave, you banish it, you pop the Gear Town, and you trigger the effect of Gear Town to special summon another level 4 from the deck. So you're gonna have a token on the field, summoned by Catapult, and a monster from the deck with Gear Town that has to be your Wyvern. Not the tanker, because you're not gonna have enough room on your field. So you're gonna go with the Wyvern, you get the search that usually is an Ancient Gear Fusion, and at that point you have 2 paths. If you have enough monsters in your hand, I mean, you first go 4 and 4 into your rank 4. There's gonna be Dueler, in my opinion. Keep in mind, Dueler plus Xenophon completely shut down Salamangreat and Resonators. Okay, but Dueler, well, it really doesn't really do that much against Exo Sisters. Instead, we have, and after you go into the rank 4, you're left with the token and 1 more slot on the field. So at that point, if you have 2 more monsters in your hand for the Ancient Gear Fusion, you can tribute the token with Ancient Gear Defense to draw a card. Otherwise, you just go for Ancient Gear Fusion, you use the token because you can use the token, and you have Howitzer, rank 4, rank 8. That's the combo, right? But when you go first and second, guys, if you want to extend and be able to do more, honestly, the card you want to see in your starting end are going to be Catapult and Gear Town. That's why I'm playing 3 and 3, because if you start from that, you can do all of this combo without normal summoning. So imagine that after all of this, you go for your classic combo exactly as I'm telling you, and after you do that, you can actually also normal summon Ancient Gear Dragon without tributing. So you normal summon this as an additional normal, and so you have the rank 4, the rank 8, and also a spell trap negation. That's why I'm telling you, and you can do this with these couple cards. In that case scenario, you can extend, you can do, in that case, if you have these 2 cards, the card you're gonna need with the skill to grab are gonna be, you can decide to go into a Wyvern, or you can actually decide to go, you can get a Wyvern and a statue, because what you're gonna do is Catapult, popping the Gear Town, you summon 2 monsters, you summon the Commander, and you summon the Tanker, that special summon the Wyvern, first rank 4 with these 2, after the search, and then you use additional normal of Commander to get the statue, and from now on it's the same combo to go into the level 8, to the rank 8, and you also get to search tons of cards, so you can eventually search the dragon, but at the end of all this, you're gonna have the Commander as well, and you can normal summon in addition your Ancient Gear Dragon. Or, if you have another level 4, you can go into another rank 4. That could be the Gigant the Gigant it is in this example, to basically have also a card in your hand. So if you have Catapult plus Gear Town, you can also extend up to 2 rank 4 and a rank 8, or 1 rank 4, 1 rank 8, and a spell trap negation. So honestly, if you have triple Catapult and triple Gear Town, play them, because it makes the difference. It definitely makes a difference. Guys, that's it for the extra deck. One Gear Giant is enough. One Howitzer is enough. A couple of Gear Golem for the grind game, because that's the only thing you can summon with the Engineer Duel. You don't really need the Megaton, to be honest. This guy is just better because Megaton doesn't even have piercing damage, so you know. And for the ranks, we got the Dueler, we got the Gigant, the Heliopolis for eventually stuff the targets, Sanafont and Ballista that sometimes came up just, you know, to lower the attack of annoying monsters like, for example, Nova, Red Nova Dragon. So this is useful more than for the search, just for the drop to zero effect. Guys, I know it took too long, but I wanted to be super accurate about all of the things you can do with this. Probably today in the stream we're gonna play something different, like this version, but I'm thinking with something else, maybe focusing on rank 4. We'll see if that can happen. Not sure about that, but we'll see. And guys, that's everything for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Actually, not for today, but for the explanation. Thanks for watching, and let's jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First replay against, I think it is, yeah, Performage Showtime, but it's actually Exo Sisters. So, because they're using the Performage special summons to go into more rank 4. So in this case, we're going second, as you can see. Let's see what they can pull up. It's gonna be, it's got the packs as well. So, basically a couple of rank 4. Plus more, I guess, and he grabs the Returnia, as you can see there, and that's it. So, okay, that's the thing. So he's got these two things that can't really do that much because they do not have quick effect. Actually, yes, this is a banish, I guess. If you control this card, it was examined this turn. Actually, no, they have no effect, but they have the Returnia, right? The Returnia is the card that can basically not only banish, but makes it so they can excel Xyz, so summon the rank 8 that can banish a card. So that's a problem, right? So how do we avoid that? We avoid that by simply starting with the statue, and it did nothing, and the first thing you summon here is the Gear Dragon. This is the first one of the examples where Dragon can actually bring you simply brings you the win, because the victory, because this is here now and he can't activate it. I mean, he can technically, but if he does, we negate. So that's super easy, and now we can do everything we want. So we basically shut him down. We started with the Tinker to summon the Ancient Dog Golem to get a couple of cards. We discarded the Catapult. We got the Gear Town, so I started with the Ballista here to, I mean, we would have had lethal even without the Ballista's effect, but you know, why not using it? At this point, Ballista to pop the Gear Town, getting the Commander, so we also have an additional special normal summon, but we don't really care about that because we just want the Engineer Fusion. So I also get the Fortress eventually, something happens, so no targeting. And then Ancient Gear Fusion with the 4 monsters into Ancient Gear Giant, by of course keeping the level 5 in the field, so that if he tries to activate, we negate, and then we just go for lethal by attacking everything. Keep in mind, Giant can attack every monster your opponent controls. He inflicts piercing damage. It is unaffected by spell trap effects. What else, Mo? That's how you did, my boys. There you go. Second duel, we got another Exo Sister deck, but in this case we have I don't think actually a worse hand. You know, you don't really want to see the Ancient Gear Duel in your hands, to be honest. But this has a different path, as you can see here, because he's going for the couple of level 4s, but he's actually going for the Michaela, right? The Ancient Gear, no, sorry, it's not Michaela, it's Magnifica, the rank 8, plus he has the back row. So he has a banish here, and then eventually banish from the top card, that with the effect of Magnifica can summon something else with another banish. So we started with the statue, and he went straight away with Magnifica banishing it. Then advance to grab a card. It's got the Michaelis that can banish another card here. So we went with the catapult, popping the catapult with the effect of catapult to popping the advance and summon the tanker. Tanker to special summon the Dark Golem from hand. So we got the box and the commander discarded. So box triggers to grab another monster. It's got Returnia though to banish the Dark Golem so that we can go into Ancient Gear Fusion. Plus another banish of the tanker. We're not done yet. We have a couple of monsters thanks to Ancient Gearbox to go into Howitzer. We got some damage done and now we're waiting. So we survived to 3 banish and we have an affected guy. This of course can be super good in this case because now he can't banish it. He has to go through this by battle unless he has the Underwood Goddess, the Link 4 that can be link summoned by using a monster your opponent controls. So a bunch of stuff from the grave. We don't really care about that. So more Carpe Diem, Alice. So I guess another rank 4 is coming, and in fact he went for the giant hand. So interesting, a negation. And now he's attacking, so it goes for the Howitzer. It comes the combo I was talking about before. Tanker that special summons the Howitzer back on the field. So he pops the Tanker, he pops the Howitzer, and Howitzer grabs the Dark Golem that uses its effect to search 2, discard the Catapult, and we have the Gear Town ready. So we have a summon from the deck. We got another advance to search a Fortress so that we cannot be targeted. There you go. And at this point, Gear Town here to get it popped by Catapult, that with the effect of Gear Town that summons the Wyvern. Ancient Gear Fusion now is in our hand. We start with the Ballista, use the effect to grab a monster, then pop the advance and reduce the monster attack to 0. Ancient Gear Fusion, we start from the deck because we're using an Ancient Gear Golem on the field. Here he comes, Ancient Gear Giant, going for lethal. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys, going second against the tier 1 until, for a couple of days still, is Resonators. So let's see what is gonna go on. Let's have a look at the end board. So we got the effect of Scar, we got already Red Nova Dragon. I guess the level 9 is coming. So maybe this is also past ballast, it could be. So he still has the Gaia, he's got the Fiendish Golem, so he's got the Fiendish Chain, the Fiendish Golem, and an Omni Negation, right? And potentially a negate of an attack. So we got the statue, and I started with the combo of Gear Town plus Catapult. Again, my favorite one. He's got Blizzard though, so no Catapult activatable. That's sad, but still. Then Ancient Gear Engineering to get the Ancient Gear Duel ready. Keep in mind, you always want to do this, because if you have an Ancient Gear Dark Golem on the field and you activate the effect, let's suppose he has a Veiler, you can dodge that by chaining Ancient Gear Duel. Don't forget about it. Also, actually, in the truth, it is unaffected, so you don't really need to dodge. So we started with the statue. So first thing first, as you saw that I did, was normal summoning the Ancient Gear Dragon. Keep in mind, because he activated something during my turn, I have one more normal summon. So with this skill. So I started with this. So now we don't care about the Fiendish Golem or the Fiendish Chain, because we can just negate that. That's why this is on the field. So we started with the Dark Golem to search, we discarded the Catapult, and then we got the Fortress. At this point he had to negate this, otherwise we can go without being responded to any of our effects. So he had to negate. Actually he went for the Ancient Gear Duel. That's fine, because we have the Ancient Gear Fusion, so we just get Ballista out. So at this point we give up the dragon, because we don't really care about the trap card. Why do I tell that? Because now, if we summon Chaos Ancient Gear Giant, it isn't affected by spell trap, so we don't care about this. But if we summon the guy, if we would have summoned the guy with Ancient Gear Duel, the problem would have been for that guy, but Ancient Gear Duel is that. So at this point, we just know that we're going for the Ancient Gear Giant. So we reduce the attack to 0, we get Ancient Gear Fusion to go into Ancient Gear, Chaos Ancient Gear Giant, Fiendish Chain actually on his own monster, because guess what? He can't even target us because of Fortress, so he had to do that. At this point, we're just attacking, and we're keeping the guy on the field because we need Actually, we could have needed more attack power, but it actually made him play. He used Crimson Gaia to summon one more monster, and that's a problem because actually it's a good thing for us because we can just attack more monsters. Keep in mind, the Chaos Giant attacks everyone. We have lethal through piercing damage. That's how you did, my boys. There you go. And instead we have here another Archfiend, but this time we're going first. He has a 5 win streak, so let's see what we have. We don't have the full combo, as you can see clearly, because we miss... actually, we do have the full combo, not the classic one, because in this case we need the catapult to grab the commander, but that's still very, very nice. As you can see, we got the commander, additional normal summon to get the statue to summon the Dark Golem, triggers the effect of the commander to summon the classic golem from the grave, Dark Golem double search, we got the Tinker and the Wyvern. So keep in mind here, we're not grabbing the Gear Town because we already used the effect of catapult, so this is another way to go for it. We went for the Son of the Sky Prison. At this point, we still have our normal summon to go for. So Tinker summoning the Wyvern, Wyvern getting the effect to get the Fortress out, and then a rank 4 into Dueler, plus Fortress there. Son of effect, so in this case, toggle on, draw phase, Dueler. So he can't summon from grave, he can't activate effect in the grave. So that's pretty bad for Resonators. That's actually very good luck. So the only thing we're missing here was the Howitzer that we couldn't go for because we needed because we didn't have enough monsters here. That's why. So if these would have been a monster instead of the Fortress, we would have grabbed the Fusion. So to go into Howitzer as well. He's got the Archfiend changing the level, then he goes with Rare Rising Dragon, but he can't use its effect because he can't special summon from the grave. So at this point, we're just going for, he starts going for the skill to have to cheat level 8 out, and then Ultra Dragon Archfiend Bane, not really the best thing to go for. He's just attacking the Dueler, we don't really care. At this point, we have so many things to do. Catapult, tip up the Fortress and trigger the effect so we can summon the Dark Golem, get a couple of search again. Discarding the Gear Turn because we don't really need that, and then the advance to get another Ancient Gear Fusion, Frisk Commander to have the Ancient Gear Duel, and then drawing one more card, another Gear Town. At this point, Son of no effect, Ancient Gear Duel to have a boy that attacks 3 times in case it was not enough, but you know, maybe as Kyroid it can happen, you know. So we're just attacking at this point for lethal, of course. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. We got Oddeyes Venomous, so the new Pendulum skill. It seemed to go first. Let's see what he can end on. Usually, guys, if I'm not wrong, they can end on a Nominee Negation, that is the Fusion, and the Clear Wing, if I'm not wrong, and technically even more. So it's got, here it comes, the level 7. So he's got, let's actually have a look at this. He's got the Nominee Negation. He's got potentially double negation, but it depends. We can play around this, and also he's got this, so he can negate a monster special summon from the extra deck with the Oddeyes Persona Dragon. So we started with, we have the full combo here, the beautiful one. So I started with the commander, trying actually to make him negate, but he didn't go for it, apparently. So at this point, instead of going with the statue, that he can negate the statue, I went with the fortress, so that he was forced to negate it with the Vortex Dragon, and now we can go with statue without caring about nothing. So he activates something, so we have the Ancient Gear Duel, at this point Dark Golem, and then the commander's effect, so the double level 8 is here, but you don't really want to go into rank 8 here. So in this case, you just want to go, you grab more monsters, and then you go Ancient Gear Fusion with the first golem into Chaos, and at this point we already won. This thing can attack everyone, and we already have lethal, but we're not even done yet. Like, we can still use advance, get another draw, another Ancient Gear Fusion into Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem, and it's got the Persona Dragon to negate the effect, but I tribute that, and then Catapult to pop the Gear Town, so that we have another Golem. So now we can use Ancient Gear Duel. I wanted to trigger the Persona Dragon, and now I can, but it didn't, actually this is negated because of oh right, wow, this was negated from Persona Dragon, right? So I wanted him to do that, and now I can use the duel to go into Ultimate Ninja Gear Golem, the second one, and this guy can attack 3 times. So that's the thing. And we need just a couple of boys to do it. Technically, I could have gone straight away into the Ancient Gear, the Ultimate Ninja Gear Golem with the Ancient Gear Duel, because it makes them unaffected. But, you know, this was probably more than that was necessary. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Last but not least here, this is an interesting duel to see that you have also eventually more paths to explore for the Ancient Gears, also for the win, because we got here a raw deck. So pretty annoying to face, especially if you don't play Dark, if you don't play DD Crow or stuff that can banish stuff from grave, you know. Pretty tough, because that guy can be attacked, can be the sphere can be attacked, can be targeted. Pretty annoying. So we started with the skill to get the Wyvern. This is the combo that you can go for when you have Gear Town and the Catapult. So we started with the tanker summoning the tanker and the commander, tanker summoning the Wyvern triggering, getting the Ancient Gear Fusion, first Xyz into Abyss Twirler, and at this point advance. At this point I'm not going for the rank 8, guys. I don't really think I need that, so I went for the normal summon of this guy, because we tributed with advance. Keep in mind, with advance, when you tribute a monster and draw a card, then you can normal summon Ancient Gear Golem or level 5 or higher monster without tributing. So we got the Dark Golem, getting the search out, discarding the Catapult, the box to get the dragon, and at this point we got the Ancient Gear Fusion to go into Howitzer, getting some damage done, and at this point waiting. Keep in mind, Howitzer is the perfect solution to this thing, because it's unaffected, so it can't be sent to grave. So it started with the Winged Dragon of Ra. Keep in mind that nothing activates in the grave because of Dweller, so the Immortal Phoenix is not coming. So he decided to destroy everything with the Winged Dragon of Ra, a couple of 1,000 life points, and then Howitzer uses the fact tanker special summons the Howitzer back on the field, and at this point we're just getting some damage done, and I was low on time. I was just trying to understand what should I have done. So statue here to get the golem to get the fusion and the advance, discarding the dragon. At this point I'm going for the Ancient Gear Fusion to summon the Chaos Ancient Gear Giant, but I actually still do not have lethal, I guess. Probably yeah, because I misplayed. I should have put this guy in attack position probably, but that's what I didn't do. So it's got the Dark Spell of Regeneration, and I should have put this in attack position. I would have won, because this guy can't attack because of the effect of True Sun God. When this is on the field, monster that are special summoned, monster cannot attack the turn they are special summoned. So but this does not count for Ancient Gear Giant because it's unaffected. It's by spell trap. So he's going for the full combo with the Immortal Phoenix, but here's the problem. He can't really go past this, as this guy is bigger, simply, and he can't use the effect of paying life points because he has not enough left. So we got the statue, he's got the Winged Dragon of Ra, again with the bowl. What we do now, we are in a bad spot because we have less cards than him. So this was now at this point, because he has 500 life points, the only thing you're looking for is bringing this guy back on the field. How can you do it? We have two ways. It's either tanker, but both tanker are already in the grave, 1 and 2. The other way is Gear Town, because when Gear Town is popped, you can also summon an Ancient Gear from the grave. So there you go, the Gear Town. We use the first advance to tribute, second advance to tribute again, so we have enough room to do what? Gear Town on the field, Catapult to pop the Gear Town, summon the token, and have the room to bring back Howitzer. Howitzer is a fact, and you finish him with burn damage. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Guys, as you can see here, there is no spikes in this. So this is what I think it is, the optimized version with the triple catapult, the Gear Town. I think the Gear Dragon is fundamental to win some particular matchups. The spell trap negation is just too good not to play it, to be honest. So I don't know why people just slapped on that and decided not to play the dragon. I saw tons of lists without the dragon. I think it's super good. And again, the best combo is when you have the catapult and the Gear Town. Let's not play around that. So that's why you should play 3 and 3 more than the monsters. because those are the cards you really want to see in your starting end. The Catapult and the Gear Town, or even the Advance and the Gear Town, right? Because the Advance grabs you the Catapult. And guys, that's it. The deck feels pretty good. Of course, definitely cog worthy. It's still a problem, a matter of what you do when you go first. But you have, I think you have place, and it's just a matter of adapting to the meta, because we'll see after the 7th of May what happens to Salmon Great and Resonate. I mean, for Resonators, we have a pretty good turn one. Probably the issue is birds that are going to be nerfed as well. So we'll see eventually. I think these could be good. I think these good. And yes, we'll see probably in the next tournaments what will happen. Actually, one tournament is gonna happen in a few hours, the Duel Links meta, so we'll technically see. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And of course, today we're gonna have a stream, and in that stream we're gonna play some different variations of this. I don't know if with Machina or just, I was thinking with Exo Sisters, a thing, but then we'll see. We're trying to make that a consistent thing, and yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.